Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. So, hopefully you guys haven't clicked away as soon as you saw this gameplay in the background because, well, I do know that there are those of us in the community that absolutely love and adore and respect this game, at least to an extent. But yeah, most of the community is not too happy about this game for one reason or another, or a multitude of reasons. Like for instance, with Infinite Warfare, after I made a video talking about Infinite Warfare, if I remember correctly, I asked you guys what it was about that game specifically that you didn't like so much, and pretty much damn near all of you said that, you know, the theme, the setting is what was a turnoff in this game for you. So it just goes to show, really, right then and there, just how much the theme of the game makes the biggest difference. I mean, if you go back and look at that game, it's like, oh man, all the amount of hate that it got, especially the premiere trailer or whatnot, is one of the most hated videos on YouTube in YouTube history. So, I mean, the game was pretty much doomed before it even launched, simply because of the space theme. So I guess that's kind of why they also bundled it with Modern Warfare Remastered, so at least you'd be able to get one over the other. Some people say Modern Warfare Remastered was a disappointment, and some other people say that it was very, very good and very underrated for what it was. So, oh, and just let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. I already know a few of you are very much for Modern Warfare Remastered, but at the same time, for those of you guys that are not content creators, I'm really, really curious in terms of what your opinions on that game are. But anyway, let's talk about the subject of today, and that is that it's actually very important for many different ways to continue to play previous Call of Duty games. And speaking of that, do you guys think that some of the developers might still take data from previous Call of Duty games? I mean, I know it would be something that is unlikely, but I mean, if you think about it, it's another way for them to basically do more research, because, well, in terms of the popularity of the game and exactly how many people are playing, we will never know, because Ghost was, if memory serves correctly, Ghost was the last Call of Duty to have a player count on the bottom left-hand corner, and ever since then we've pretty much been without it for one reason or another. So I don't know. I mean, the thing is this: the thing is, people still love and play Black Ops 1 to this day, and it wasn't too long ago to where it became very publicly known, and especially when it comes to us content creators, that, myself included, by the way, we made videos talking about how there's still 100,000 people playing in that game. I don't know how many people are playing now, but I'm fairly certain that it's still relatively popular, and I wonder if how popular Black Ops 2 would be if it wasn't hacked to death. And let me know down in the comment section, which Call of Duty do you guys think you'd be playing the most? Which previous Call of Duty do you guys think you'd be playing the most if it wasn't hacked, regardless of which one it is? The ones that are on current consoles right now, like this game, we got Advanced Warfare and everything beyond that, even Ghost, actually. You know, Ghost doesn't have that much of a population on this one, but Ghost was also released on, initially it was released on the Xbox 360, and then I think a month later was when it came out on Xbox One. So, yeah, those games are not as hacked, or if not hacked at all, but the ones prior to that, unfortunately, do suffer from some form of tampering, to put it nicely. So every single Call of Duty, even whether it's boots on the ground or whether it's advanced movement, every single Call of Duty feels a little bit different, and so therefore you're actually exercising those muscles that you wouldn't be exercising. Like for instance, with Black Ops 4, one thing that actually is good about Black Ops 4, depending on how you look at it, some people absolutely hate it, some people absolutely love it. Believe it or not, the time to kill will make you a better player, because it forces you to stay on target longer, and some of you absolutely hate that, and I very much understand where you're coming from. And even good players, even some good players, absolutely despise the longer time to kill in Black Ops 4. Again, I understand and respect your opinions and thoughts. And again, one of the reasons is because it's a lot harder to get a two-man feed or a three-man feed with your gun. And basically, if you see in previous Call of Duties, because the health was 100. The way it would work is if you saw them and if you snapped on target quick, you could easily take out 2, 3, and sometimes even more players with your gun, And with Black Ops 4, most of the time, if two people are looking in your general direction and you're aiming down your sights at one of them, you will be lucky to be able to get one of those 2 kills before you die. And that's one of the things that they absolutely don't like about that. So and I try to see things from every single perspective, because that is one thing that I myself am not too crazy about. But hey, it is what it is. There's always something new that they're throwing out at us every year. Let's not forget about that. It's like every year with every iteration of Call of Duty, there's always something new that they're throwing at us. And I guess we just need to keep on adapting. I mean, the only thing that we shouldn't be adapting to is their damn the way they decide to do their microtransactions or black market or whatever, supply drops, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, and oh, and another thing, I'm actually very much to a certain extent, I'm very surprised to know that a lot of people that watch my stuff, and which I am extremely grateful for, to have a following like this, to where there's so much diversity, so many points of view and different age ranges and all that kind of stuff. I absolutely love it. And the thing is, a lot of people, at least that watch my stuff, are starting to get a little tired of the whole Battle Royale thing. So I can definitely see where you're coming from. I really do, because there's going to be more Battle Royale to come, according to sources. So yeah, it definitely is a little bit annoying, that's for damn sure. How everybody's chasing the Fortnite money, and how they're basically sacrificing the integrity of their own game in order to do it. But anyway, when it comes to advanced movement, or whether it's boots on the ground, every single Call of Duty feels different. And therefore, it's really good to keep on playing them, because they exercise those different muscles that every Call of Duty doesn't, or one Call of Duty may miss. And the thing is also that if some developers, granted I don't think all of them do this, but the thing is they could, I mean, there is a possibility that, I know Sledgehammer's probably doing this better than the other Call of Duties, you know, because they're supporting, they're really known for supporting their previous games. Maybe Infinity Ward does as well. At least they were in Infinite Warfare for like the first year or so after the life cycle was over, which is understandable. But Sledgehammer is still very supportive of World War II, and the thing is, they're still taking data from those old games. So if you're playing World War II, or if you are continuously giving feedback to like today, after the life cycle of that game is over, and if you're giving feedback to the developers, they will hear you now more than ever, because they're not getting a ridiculous amount of feedback like they were when the game was in its life cycle, because they're in the development stage of their next game. And at the same time, there's just, you know, people just go from one developer to the other, naturally so, when a new COD comes out. So the thing is, if there's a specific developer that you like, or iteration of Call of Duty that you like, when the life cycle of that game is over, the way I see it, it's the best time to actually keep going back and forth and giving intel to the developers, because they're going to be able to see it a lot easier, because there's not a zillion people tweeting at them, or contacting them, or whatever it is, or making videos about them, because right now it's mainly about Black Ops 4 and so on and so forth. So I think it's a good way to make the games that are to come a lot better by doing that. That's just one thing, obviously. So, but those were my thoughts of why it is important to keep playing the old Call of Duty games, and I threw a couple of other subjects in there as well. But I wanted to make this video to kind of give you guys a little bit of diversity in terms of the gameplay, so that way you guys wouldn't be watching Black Ops 4 all the time. Some people are really sick and tired of watching the gameplay, but I understand how you guys feel about that. So, and let me know down in the comment section, which Call of Duty do you prefer to watch? I already know somebody's gonna say World War II, but let me know which Call of Duty do you guys want to watch, and let me know down in the comment section. As always, guys, thank you very much for the love and support and the kind comments you guys have been leaving me. It's absolutely humbling. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, let me know, and if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. I'll catch you guys on the next one.